Welcome back to Ravens Roundup. And I'm your host, Coach Evans, with one of your six hosts. And first off, before we get started, did I see DeAndre Jordan on the court? Somebody put that in the comments. I think I saw DeAndre Jordan on the court. But I'm gonna bring everybody else in and we'll get started on today's session of the Ravens Roundup. And I'll start with my man Chris. What's good, Chris?
What's going on, Coach? What's going on? I know it's a little bit of a stressful time with you and your heat, but let's see if they can pull it off and live another day.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't have a lot of faith in them, even though they winning right now, but I don't have a lot of faith in them. We'll see though. We'll see. What up, Endo?
What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm a little nervous right now, but it is what it is. It is
For
what
what?
it is. I'm living and dying by the Nets right now.
Man,
Not the New Jersey Nets. Well, the
Bam,
Brooklyn Nets,
going.
but
Bam is going off. You got to worry about that unsuperstar Jimmy Butler
it's a
holding up
marathon,
his
not a
end.
sprint.
Oh, okay.
Marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, in game 4. Got you.
What up, Mike?
What up, man? I need a score update. I'm in this corner, so I can't. My TV
I think
over
it's what,
there. I can't.
20,
24, 22.
22?
Okay.
22.
End of the first quarter.
All right,
Miami.
all right. What's
Got
up, people? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another Monday.
Last but not least, Jose.
What's going on? My brother will not be here tonight. He is under the weather, but I will represent for both of us.
Most definitely. What up, B? I know you watching wherever you at. What up, B? What up?
Represent.
What's good, man? What's happening over the past week? What's good in y'all lives?
Man, just we here, man. We getting closer to the August 4th meet and greet. Okay, we getting everything ready. Shot glasses have been ordered. Okay, we got some custom made shot glasses that'll be a part of your goodie bag, as well as some other stuff. So listen, man, look, we pulling out all the stops for this. All right, so go get your tickets. All right, August 4th, Roundup meet and greet happening in Columbia, Maryland at Bus Boys and Poets. So
Let's see if our command work. Exclamation point tickets. Let's
tickets.
See if we working today.
Get them.
Streamlabs looks to be on time today.
Indeed. All right. He showed up. He showed up to work today. Nice.
Showing up to work. Let's see if they're actually doing the work. There
He
is.
is.
Oh,
There we
there it
go.
is. It's working.
There you
Exclamation point tickets. Bring up the link to get your tickets to that event. Again, August 4th, Bus Boys and Poets. If you don't have your tickets, you want to get it. Exclamation point tickets. That'll bring up the link. You can go there to Eventbrite, purchase your tickets, and again, that'll get you there with all six of us. Maybe a few other people that you know or may not know, but definitely get you there, and a great time is gonna be had. The goodie bag, food, drinks, and then you can purchase DRANK, or you can see Mikey or see Shoe. And we talk about that on in the sidebar. Talk about that in the sidebar. But I will say this, and this is not on the agenda. But what about what's my girl? Saturday night, retiring.
Nunez.
Amanda
yes.
Nunes.
Amanda
yes.
Nunes. What y'all think
Yes.
about Amanda retiring Saturday night? Did you
Amanda
see it
Nunes.
coming?
So I didn't see it coming. Apparently, she had talked about it before I missed that. B knew that could possibly be her last fight. That took me by surprise a little bit. But there's really nothing else for her to do in her career. She's dominated everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to go out on top. Two division champ, one of the greatest fighters, not just women fighters, one of the greatest fighters of all time. She's one of my favorite fighters ever, right? In UFC. My list is Spider Silva, John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse. Amanda Nunes is probably fourth. Then you got Adesanya and Usman. So that's my list right there. Right.
Gotcha.
So she's up there. She's up there. And great career. Salute to her. Enjoy retirement. I think she's pregnant now too. So
Oh, she's the one pregnant.
she's the one pregnant. Yeah.
I thought the wife was the one pregnant.
No, she's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Who, Nunez is pregnant?
Yeah.
I thought she was the one pitching.
I don't know how that works. I'm not sure who had the first child, but yeah, that's second. That's a second child. Yeah. They said she probably said it's your turn.
This guy. I don't know even how to follow that statement up.
That's
But
the
yeah,
only baseball reference I got in me.
I do know one of them was pregnant, but I did not think it was her. I thought it was the wife.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was the wife. But yeah, I saw where the girl that she was supposed to fight, Pena, that like broke her wrist.
Yeah.
She tweeted that I'll take that as a compliment, like her retiring. I'm thinking like, what?
Yeah, she already beat her.
She just talk. That's all she is talk. Like she talk a big game, but she got her ass whooped the last fight. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't even close. Like
it wasn't.
it's not like it's not like a situation where it was a close fight and Amanda's like, all right, I got to get up out of here because Pena's coming up. Like, no, you got your ass whooped. Like that's it. It's over there. There was really no need for a third fight.
Right.
No.
Crazy. So, before we get to it, y'all out there, y'all see the number scrolling at the bottom. You see I'm not in my normal background. You see the number on the screen and access code. So, yes, it is open. So, take advantage. We'll get to it in a second. The phone line is open. Take advantage.
Y'all been waiting for this. Y'all been waiting for this.
It is open. It's scrolling at the bottom. The phone number and access code. We'll get to it in a minute. We got a couple questions to get to first. So go ahead, get in line. That's why I got the background from the Daily Show up, so you can see the phone number and the access code. So go ahead and get over there. You can still hear kind of what's going on. So go ahead.
Oh, before we start, Coach.
Go ahead. Everybody get their mug up. You got one for me too, Jose? Because again,
I do. I got you. I got you, Coach.
Appreciate it. We still flowers deep, Chris.
No, the flowers died. Flowers died. They over there in the kitchen looking sad.
Appreciate it. But again, in order to get one of those, patreon.com/sip the tally. Join any level. Not any level, I'm sorry. Gunslinger level of my Patreon, and you'll get that shipped out to you. Do it again, Jose. Gunslinger level. and you'll get one of those shipped out to you as soon as I can. I had a couple guys that I had to reach out to because of some things I had to do on my end, and they were made aware of it, and I got those out to them, and they know about it, and I appreciate their patience with me and getting them out, and they should receive theirs soon. So I appreciate those two guys, and they know who they are. All right, first topic of the day. Minicamp starts tomorrow. What are you guys looking forward to finding out, or what kind of news are you looking forward to coming out as a result of minicamp and going on for the rest of this week?
D-Hop is on his way in town.
Mandatory minicamp as of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking to hear D-Hop is going to be visiting the Ravens sometime this week. Other than that, man, I just want to see everybody, they're healthy. You know what I mean? I'm waiting to see OBJ. We all want to see those guys come in town, but I can wait a little longer. I'll take some news across the ticket. I think he's going to be in New England tomorrow, right? Or something
I
that.
think he was already in New England.
He was in New England today.
I think so.
Okay.
So
he was in Tennessee. He was in Tennessee yesterday. Or that might be today.
Yeah,
it's one or the other. He'll be visiting New England, I think, next, and then hopefully, we waiting, we sitting back, and then we pounce. When it's that time. So, other than that, man, we want some health, man. We want to see all the names, on one field. We want to see them there, whether they working full strength or not. But we just want everybody to be healthy right now.
Yeah, same. I hold the same sentiments. Everybody get out of camp healthy. Maybe hear a little bit about some of these lower drafted players stepping up. So there's a little buzz going into camp. Look, we have a lot of third, fourth, fifth rounders on the team because we love those late picks. It's time for them to start breaking out a little bit. I want to hear some names like Tylan Wallace, right? I know he's a long shot, but I want to hear stuff like, hey, he looks like he's putting it together, right? I want to hear about Brandon Stevens. I want to hear about Pepe Williams and, all of that. Like I want to hear some of those names and hear about them starting to click for them. And that's a name to watch out for. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, like everybody else said, I'm looking for the health That's the number one thing. Just stay healthy because this is no, this isn't crunch time right now. This is like the time to ease back into things. So it's like I don't want to hear about anybody pulling anything, tweaking anything, no collisions, nothing like that. I am interested to see the left guard battle because we've been hearing about Simpson being one of the guys taking the first reps, Falele taking reps there. Obviously Ben Cleveland's there too, so, and you always got to throw in McCurry. So I'm interested to see how that shakes out, and also the young pass rushers. I think they'll the coaches will be able to kind of get a glimpse at what they have in these guys, like what they could throw on their plate, what they could add on their plate, and what they'll be able to handle. So I think that's going to be an important thing to keep an eye on too.
Yeah, I'm just looking for OBJ. We've kind of hitched our horse to that wagon. I want to make sure that he's actually healthy and worth $15 million. Also, I'm interested in the pass rushes, like Chris said. There have been reports that Ojabo has been dominating everybody not named Ronnie Stanley. So if Ronnie Stanley comes back, I want to see how he actually physically performs against a starter, not a bunch of backups. So, it's 3 days. We're not going to get too heavy into it. It's not going to be much action, but I don't want anybody pulling the Aaron Rodgers and pulling the muscle on a 20-pound sled.
All right. The thing is that O line and D line stuff is you really can't put too much stock in it because there's no pads. But I really want to know like who's going to kind of separate themselves as that third corner because we need a nickel guy to show up. Because if a nickel, I mean, just on paper right now, it's going to be Rocky Sin. So I guess you second or third. I mean, we can kind of wrap all them together. But right now, I'm going to assume it's Rocky Sin.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it's Rocky Sin. But we need, if nobody shows up, now you looking at Kyle going back to nickel corner, and now you looking at Brandon Stevens back at a safety or Geno Stone back at a safety. So I'm just hoping that Pepe or Caillou or Joe Norman Davis, somebody. Jalen, is it Jalen? It's Jalen Norman Davis, right? Jalen Norman Davis. Somebody can hold that third spot down, and that we can use Kyle where he probably would be best at playing safety. So that's what I'm hoping for. And then obviously somebody to hold down that left guard spot. I'm hoping Cleveland, but somebody, and just leave McCarry as that fix it guy. Second question. Zeitler. And we got 4 returning starters back on the offensive line. Again, like you said, left guard being the only spot that is new. And that spot is not totally new because we've had guys like Cleveland played, McCarry played. So it's not like a foreign person is going to be there. But 4 starters are back. And then, next year Zeitler will be, this is the last year on Zeitler's contract. And he wants another. Keep in mind, he's 33, and we do have some young guys behind him that probably could play that position, whether it be from drafting guys or picking up guys. Should Kevin Zeitler get another contract? And keep in mind, he's 33. And he's, depending on the type of year he's had, because he's been solid. Should Kevin Zeitler get another contract?
I think it depends on the type of money he's coveting. I mean, as you said, Coach, he's been real solid. He's one of those he's not the sexy pick, right? Like, but it's a good thing because you don't hear his name at all on game days, right? And it's not in a bad way. It's just he taking care of his business over there. So you don't hear about him getting beat. You don't hear about him getting dominated, but you don't hear about him making no noise either. Right. So it's just kind of like, that steady force over there, solid. So you can never go wrong with that. Right. If he continues to look like he can play at a high level, it's sure, but if he wants to break the bank, you might want to think about that, if that's with his age. But, it's just one of those things, man. If he's showing that he still can ball, he want to play another 2-3 years. With the way these contracts can be written up, man, why not? Make it look like it's a 4 or 5 year deal and it's really just a 2-year deal, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, you don't ever want to get away from somebody being solid over there. If you can lock a spot down and give him a little bit of money where you ain't gotta worry about that spot for the meantime or the duration of his career or his contract that he's here. You can never go wrong with that. But if you want big bank, then you might have to look into that situation. But yeah, I think he's super steady, man, and I like the fact that you know as we talk about offensive line, we've talked about offensive line on this show all season long and off season long, right? But that's one spot we tend to skip over, right? And
Right.
even when we going and talking over, like, oh man, Lindenbaum, he showed this and that, even though he was solid and steady, you know, Zeitler, man, we just kind of skip over that spot. Yeah, we go to right guard, we go to right tackle, and we talk about that. But he's that one piece that we kind of, and Ronnie Stanley, even though we mentioned Ronnie just based off of injuries and stuff like that in his history, that we want him to be healthy. But Zeitler, man, we don't say much about, and I think it's in a good way.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree. And if listen, this is one of those things where you keep drafting all these late round players, like I was saying before. At some point, you have to make guys step up, because when we get to a situation like this, we're looking at a player like Zeitler, who's solid, right? A solid player, but he's older. But we don't want to commit that kind of money. But we also don't know if we have the answer on the roster. This is where they have to start really taking a look at what they've been doing in the draft. If you want to rely on the draft to get guys, get good cheap starters, then you better do a better job with your process, whether it's scouting them or coaching them up or something. But Zeitler is one of many positions that we have, that we're starting to have issues with. The other one is the second corner, right? Don't want to bring back Peters. But also we're not sure about Jalen Armour-Davis. We're not sure about Pepe Williams. We're not sure about Brandon Stevens, right? We drafted a bunch of corners there, and we still have to go out and sign Rock Ya-Sin. So get serious about your draft picks. And if you're not doing a good job, stop trading back to get more picks. Trade up to get talent that can step in and fill in some of these positions. But yes, I would say sign Zeitler. I don't think he's going to command that much money.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much he wants. That is the kind of big thing here. I wouldn't sign him to a 5-year deal, giving him void years or do anything like that. I'm saying, listen, you get a 2-year deal, and the money's the money. Because we don't know if he's going to go on a steep decline. Like, his play has not been the play that he's had when he's with the Giants, when he's with Cleveland, albeit that he's still good. He's a little bit older and he's not playing up to par. So if he wants a little bit too much money, I would not re-sign him. Until Jose's point, you got to start letting these draft picks play and find out if they can do something. This is how you build a championship team. This is how you can pay your quarterback $260 million and still compete for a championship. You draft well. Unfortunately, that is something that this organization has not been able to do. And we keep going back, trying to get that position done, go to free agency, and it's becoming redundant. Now we need to start letting these guys play, and if they can't play, get them out of here and bring in somebody that can.
You think Tony will help with the drafting of DBs since he's a scout now?
No.
Oh, Tony Jefferson.
Tony Jefferson.
No. Why would he help? He wasn't that good. Listen, he was a nickel linebacker. What was he doing?
But look,
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, how you play doesn't determine how you're gonna be as a coach.
That is fact. That is true. You're right.
He might be excellent at scouting. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are, they just know they see, they can see the field, and they understand the game, and they just understand players. Like, he might have an eye for it. I'm not going to discount that.
Got it. You want to chime in on
it is still a little bit of nepotism, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's all the way nepotism.
It's still nepotism.
Yeah.
I agree with what everybody said. I mean, obviously you want the young guys to kind of show what they can do, but they got to take it. It can't just be like, all right, we're gonna let Zeitler walk, and then we hope that these dudes will be good. And I'm not saying that's what anybody here is saying. Just, we've seen that done before from the Ravens, where they'll kind of rely on young, unproven players, and then by the time the season comes, we saw that with the edge rushers a few years ago, and they had to bring in. That's the year that they had to bring in. What's the crazy dude from Philly? Damn, he's on the Giants now.
Jawad.
Jahad Ward. And they had to bring him in just to kind of like solidify him, and they actually have somebody who can who can set the edge, because that was the Tim Williams year where they let him go, in like the first half of the season, and it's you can't rely on unproven players. They got to go and take that job, but a guy like Zeitler, I definitely extend him, like Hendo said, not some 5-year thing, but a short term where the money's fair. It's not, you're not going to be breaking the bank or anything. The money's fair. You'll be taken care of. You don't have to move your family, and you're also in an organization that you're comfortable with. I just think he wants some security instead of just playing on that 1-year deal. He wants to know that he's going to be taken care of after this season. So, something like that, I wouldn't be mad at all, because, he's like everybody said, he's a solid glue guy, a guy that is good to have right next to a young Linderbaum who can learn from it and lean on it in case he needs that help.
Cool. All right. So these are the parameters for the next 20 or so minutes.
15.
The lines that they beaming over there, coach.
Dang, I ain't even looked over there yet. So you see above my head where it says snap it. That's where your time will be. And so I have a little timer set. And so once that timer goes off, that's your wrap it up box. If you're not familiar with Dave Chappelle, that's your wrap it up box. And so
wrap it up, B.
Shortly thereafter, the conversation or the question needs to stop, either so we can answer it or so we can move on to the next person. So, don't act like we were being rude, or I was being rude, or I cut you off or whatnot. That's just the way that goes. All right. So give me a second to set everything up, and then we're gonna push over to that side. All right.
Sounds
Ain't
good.
nothing personal. Look, but I see a lot of people saying we drafted our replacement for Zeitler, and I guess I'm assuming they're talking about Voorhees. Look, then his name
Wasn't he a
is
tackle?
I love his name, right? But to Chris's point, right? You got a $260 million Ferrari, right? You have to do whatever it takes to protect him, and you can't play around with so-called potential, right? You got to see that these guys are ready to take that next step. And if you got somebody in there that's steady now, that you at least know ain't gonna scratch up the bumper on the car, then you got to keep that. You got to keep that here, right? Let's not forget, man. We just paid. We invested a lot in our QB, man, and we got to keep him upright. We got to keep him healthy. So, offensive line is important. It's not one of those places that you could play around with. As far as trying people out and seeing if they're gonna work or not.
Even without the injury. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying no Alejandro Villanueva.
Nah.
But even without the injury, he wasn't projected he wasn't projected to be some high prospect, right? Like he wasn't projected to go in like the day
Maybe
1
the
or 2.
fourth. No, he might have gone in like the 4th.
Okay, so
maybe 3rd.
So I mean, you can't hitch your wagon to that. Right, he's definitely got to prove it. To Chris's point, you can't just say, "Oh, well, we drafted somebody, so I mean, there's a replacement. Job is his." No, he's got to show that he can hold down that spot.
And he's a dude that he has a long injury history too. This isn't the first injury that he's had, and it's like, all right, next year he'll be back. He's good. He has a long history of injuries, so this is another guy that he's got to prove it on the field. When he gets and hopefully can stay healthy.
All right, ready? Let's see if we got this working. All right. Let's see. Will G, can you hear me?
What's going on, Coach?
Can y'all hear Will G?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Will?
It's cold.
Can you hear them, Will?
Nah, like when I'm calling in, like I can't hear like when they're talking on the broadcast. I can only hear you when you're like responding to them.
So we just played a game of telephone, Coach.
Yeah. That's fine.
I just make it real quick, Coach. First of all, just calling in because I wanted to tell everybody, what's up. And
hold on. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. Hold on.
Proud with everything you guys are doing. Okay,
One second. See if this works. Try now.
Will, can you hear us?
What up, Will?
Can you hear them now?
Nah.
Microphone check.
Oh well, my bad.
Oh well. Yeah,
We'll get it right.
I tried. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
like I said, I was just calling in to congratulate everybody, man. I'm proud of what this group is doing, and I can only see, bigger and better things coming for all y'all. And, I guess I'll answer the two questions that y'all asked before. I will say, Zyler, I agree with Hendo, 2 years, and pretty much after that, the saying, what have you done for me lately, per year type thing because of his age. But yeah, 2 years, I would definitely consider it to keep the line intact with a veteran. I definitely agree with Jose on we got to, have to solidify the corner next to Humphrey because especially if we're going to run that, cover one, robber type 5-man pressure type, most of the defensive when we do our blitzing packages and stuff like that. You definitely don't want to have a man on the island and don't know what he's doing. I'm hoping with this new offense, we're up by so much that we can kind of just play, pass rush zone. But, in the beginning, we will still have to have, mix in with, a lot of different coverages and stuff like that to keep the other offense on their toes. And the last thing, Coach, I forgot to say this when the coach thing today was I really appreciate you bringing on Cordell from 105.7 because I got introduced to him a couple years ago when he was an intern at 105.7, and I really liked him because he had his own point of view, and I'm glad that he's got his own thing going now. So I thought that was pretty cool with that interview.
Yeah, he seemed like a real cool dude. I was glad I got the opportunity to chop it up with him, and he got a real fan with me. And nobody really put me on to him. I just happened to see him on Twitter, and I caught a couple shows through that little app that they got, and I'm a fan of his through that, and I'm really a fan of him now after talking to him before we started, then doing the interview, then talking to him afterwards. I really rock with him. On top of the fact that he's a Taurus too, Jose.
That's right, Team Taurus. That's right. I saw the interview.
He got a good personality. He's well rounded in a lot of sports with a lot of good knowledge. You know what I mean? And it's not like it's not scripted now. It's like he's got his own opinion. Like he even goes back and forth with the the guys that he goes with from 105.7. So I really like that dude. Like I said, just congratulations everybody. You know what I mean? And
Appreciate you.
Hope to see all y'all on August 4th.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
Will, salute.
Appreciate it, Will. Appreciate it. Yes,
sir.
And everybody basically just said salute and they appreciate it also. See that? First caller wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
We're not expecting anything bad in the first place, Coach.
Shout out to Will G.
Next up. So we're gonna get Will off. And then we got, so I'm gonna give you a little backdrop about this man right here. So, and this ain't nothing bad. This is just something I realized probably about a couple days ago, but about a week ago. And so this man, he been rocking with me for a minute. And I've been calling this man P Brownie probably for about 2.5, 3 years.
Yes, you have.
Me too. I know you're talking about.
So one day it just dawned on me. That's P Brown the third.
Yo, I've been saying the same thing. I've been calling him P Brownie. I'm sorry.
Just randomly hit you like, hold on, this man, this is the third. He just let me keep on going, but he let me rock with it. What's good, P?
What's going on?
Not much, man. I appreciate it.
It's all good, Coach. Actually, lunch break hot takes, they do the same thing sometimes too. Talking P Brownie, but it is what it is, man. I talk first to like this is a very impactful thing, I think, in a lot of guys' lives, man. How you guys get together, weekend, do what you do, entertain. Yeah, this platform that you got to do, bringing information on to Ravens fans, sports fans in general, and just to see guys together like this in a positive setting, it's not to be taken lightly, man. So I just wanted to come on here and just celebrate you guys. I heard the call-in show earlier, and I didn't get a chance to call in from the 4 o'clock show. Mm-hmm. But just wanted to celebrate you guys, man. I appreciate it. I try to catch every show, Lunch Break Hot Takes Road Podcast. OTR Mike, try to catch the show. Chris Just Joking, and everybody else that you guys are hooked up to. Subscribe to everybody. Hopefully, at some point, I can become a Patreon to a couple of you guys, man. But just want to appreciate you guys. For the 2 questions, real quick, Coach. Zeitler, yeah, bring them back because this is one of them years. This is that year where they got to be all in. So you want your veteran guys there, you know what I'm saying, that know that line, doing what they doing. Second thing with what was the other question, Coach?
What you looking forward to from minicamp?
Oh yeah, you know what, Coach? With all the position battles and everything, you know what I'm most looking for? Health.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody to come out healthy. Whoever win whatever position, whatever the Ravens coaches see, who's supposed to start or what, I want it to be because that's the best player and not because of this dude went down, so it's going to fall to fault to this person.
Mm-hmm.
That person went down, so it's going to fall to the fault to this person. Let everybody come out healthy. That way, at least the thing can be is that it's the best person is in that position because the whole team is healthy.
Right.
The whole 53-man roster is healthy. So whoever the starters are, that's who we saw as the best fits for each of those positions. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
I feel you on that.
And then, Coach, I just wanted to end on this one question for everybody, but don't answer it yet. I'm going to hang up so
you can hear it.
Right?
Okay.
But I'm hearing all the noise, right, about I get it with JK. He may be a little frustrated from last year. I get it because of the whole offense, whatever. I think once you get in the training camp and he see Todd Monken's offense, it'll switch his mind up a little bit. I know he's probably dealing with the fact that, this trying to get a new contract, blase. I've been hearing a lot of noise. Oh, we need to go try to get Dalvin Cook to replace him or whatever. But this is just my philosophy. Everybody say the running back position is being devalued and you can go find one anywhere. You can say that when you got a couple of good ones on your squad until you need one.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my philosophy. Everybody, you can go find any old running back to throw in there and run behind the line. You can say that when you got 2 good ones on your squad. But when you don't have those 2 good ones, in the past, I know we want to pass more. I understand that. But I just don't agree with that philosophy. If you got a good running back that cannot just run the ball, but he can catch the ball out the backfield as well, I think JK can be an every down back. That dude was looking so explosive at the end of last year. Like every time I hear you say it, like how his vision increased, his cuts, he just didn't have that
Hey, Coach,
explosiveness.
ask him if you rather have Dalvin Cook or J.K. Dobbins.
This year, and not to mention, I guess Gus dealing with something because I keep hearing these little things about, he's there, but he's not like practicing with everybody else.
P, let me ask you this question. All things equal salary, equal age, same skill set. Would you rather have Dalvin or Gus?
JK.
I'm sorry, JK. All things equal.
With all things, see, let me just explain to you real quick. I can answer that question with what I know right now, but if we haven't really seen JK except for his rookie year.
Aha.
As good as he could be. He was out. What was it, 2020? Or 2020?
Whatever his second year was, he was out.
Yeah.
Whatever year it was.
He was out with the injury. He came back last year. He really wasn't still fully healthy.
Mm-hmm. But you know what you got in Dalvin though.
But I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, like if you take Dalvin Cook's body of work,
you take Dalvin, wouldn't it?
I take that.
Yeah.
I take that all day long. 1,100 yards in the last
4 or 5 years?
4 years.
Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
4 or 5 seasons consecutively over 1,000 yards. Who wouldn't take that? What coach would not take that?
All right. My thing is my thing with Dalvin. I mean, not with Dalvin, with JK is, and I think JK is going to be, if health again. I think he's going to hit 1,300 yards. But my thing is, I think he's going to command so much money that I don't know if we're gonna be able to pay him what he wants.
And see, that's I totally agree with that. Now, do I agree with paying a running back 13, 14? No.
But that's where the
I
devalue
don't
comes
agree
in.
with that. Not when.
Jose said that's where the devalue comes in at. And I kind of agree with him on that because I put up a list last week, and that top I think it was about top 7 makes 10 million, and you got
over like
you got
15 or something
Saquon,
like that.
Saquon, Tony Pollard, and who just got and Josh Jacobs, who led the league.
Yes.
All them make
Josh
10 million.
Jacobs. Right. Now, I mean, I know he probably want that bag, and I don't think if he goes to another team, I still don't see him getting it, because when you start really looking at all the other teams around the NFL, you just named all the top 10 ones, right?
Yep.
Well, that's one of those dudes. Like, what team would go take him and pay him that? You know what I mean? Unless maybe talking about like New England, maybe New England, maybe no, Atlanta. There's got to.
Atlanta just got to run. They drafted a rookie, Bijan.
Miami.
Bijan, right? They got so they definitely don't need JK.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents and how I feel about it. I just hope he come out this year and I hope everybody come out with a chip on their shoulder. Honestly,
they will.
I want this team. I want Lamar, the coaches, the wide receivers, the linemen. I want them to go out there with the mindset of, on the offense, I don't care if the score is 56-3. Coach, it's the fourth quarter. Yeah, let's put up some more points on them. The defense, y'all have already knocked out their first string quarterback. Okay, where the next one? Let's knock him out too. Okay, let's go to the third string. We're gonna try to put him out too.
That's Florida State mentality.
To go in with that. Everybody that had that dog mindset. Oh, you think we a joke? Okay, we got you. We're gonna let y'all know in that football field how much we're a joke.
I would love that.
I want everybody to have that mindset.
I would love that. P, and I am not meaning to cut you off because you rock with me for a long time, but I got to.
Got you, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna finish listening to the show. Have a good night, man.
Hey, to answer your question, I think we kind of started answering. You might have to roll it back a little bit, but I would love. Well, we're gonna answer. We just get off. We're gonna answer real quick.
All right, cool.
So me, all things being equal, everything was equal. I'll take Davin, but I would love to have JK, for the right dollar amount.
I only put it out there because he was talking about like he didn't agree that running backs were being devalued, but that's the point I'm making. Like it's not that you can just pick up any old running back. There are a lot of good running backs out there, right? Every year, because the league, just doesn't value them. They don't want to pay them. There's always running backs available. So yeah, JK can go, but there'll be somebody like Dalvin Cook available, right? Even next year, JK prices himself out. There's a good chance that Saquon Barkley could be on the market next year,
or this year.
Yep.
Right? You can find that's the point, right? You can always find quality running backs because there's always quality running backs available. Because, like he said, I don't know if we can pay him.
Yep.
Right? We don't want to pay these guys, and then when they hit free agency, they don't get what they're looking for. Then they sign whatever deal, the best deal that they can find. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is example of that. That's another good running back that's available. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh, for me, Coach, listen, all things ain't got to be equal. I'm going with Dalvin Cook. And it ain't got to be equal. Like, that's a no-brainer because
that's probably some Florida State bias.
It's not. Okay, Coach, look, I want you to look at it like this. I know you are, but I want you to look at it like this. And yes, the running back market has been devalued, but there are still special running backs. Just because the position has been devalued, there are a certain number of there are a finite number of running backs that makes a difference on the team. JK, can he be one of them? Yes, he can. But my issue is he has not played a full season. So I don't expect him to play a full season. I know what I'm getting in Dalvin Cook. JK, special, 6 yards of carry after the second surgery. Bam, you got that. But I know that Dalvin Cook can take it to the house anytime he touches the ball, whether it's running it or catching it. Yep. Is the money going to be a little bit more? Yes, it is. But here's the thing. We need to go all in because for me, I see the Ravens gave OBJ $15 million guaranteed with the possibility of $18 million. We don't know if he can still play. We know that Dalvin Cook can play because we just saw it for the last 4 years. So my
Yeah.
thing is, why not go all in, get the best that you can get, and listen. We have contingency plans anyway. If Dalvin Cook don't work out or something happens, you cut him. But I just think that they owe it to Lamar, in my opinion, to go all out for the next season or two to see if we can go win a chip.
So
Because we have
you're saying go get Dalvin Cook. That's what you're saying.
damn straight. Because I know what. Because once again,
because
I know what I'm getting.
Mhm.
Just like, you know what I'm saying, people are saying let's stick with Ajabo and Owe and let them do what they do, and other people want us to get Justin Houston because for what he does, we know what Justin Houston is capable of. That's why we keep getting these veterans, because we know what they're capable of. We have a team full of young players that we don't know what we're getting. We're hopeful. We wish that they could do these things, and I've been saying this since 2020. Let's stop gambling on young players to hope that they can catch up to Lamar, because they haven't. Go get somebody that you know can play, and no slight against JK, but I need to see him play one full season. Don't tell me what he's done or how good he's looked for spurts. Give me one full season.
So with
JK
that same logic, is that your same logic? We're going to get D-Hop over to kind of push my man
Rashad Bateman
to, because he hadn't played the full season yet either.
I like Bateman, but listen, I
Yes.
honestly
Yes.
I think it may be the same situation with Bateman and JK. I don't think Bateman wants to be here anymore. I think they burned a bridge with him, and he's just to the point where he's just like, whatever, I'm gonna play this season out, and we're gonna see what we want. We're gonna see where we can go. It's not the first time that we've had an offensive player say, "Get me out of this organization."
I don't think they're there yet, right? I think they want to play, and I love that attitude. I love JK's attitude. Give me the ball, right?
No doubt.
I want players like that. You know, and you bring in somebody like Dalvin Cook, then it's going to be a competition of carries. It's going to be Dalvin Cook and J.K. Dobbins, and Gus will be the odd man out, right? And they'll be battling all year for carries, and that's fine, right?
Maximize them carries too.
Yes. Same thing with wide receiver. You know, Bateman, if we bring in D-Hop, even already right now, because we drafted Zay Flowers, he understands his competition. So good. Everybody needs to be on pins and needles this year. Everybody needs to understand that this is a prove it year for everybody. Everybody needs to feel that pressure. And, you know, we'll see what diamonds pop up out of that pressure.
All right.
Right. Because we need to stop giving up positions by default. We need actual competition because, and I read this today, and it kind of ticked me off a little bit about, I think it was a professional publication, and it said, yeah, I'm curious to see what Tylan Wallace can do because he wasn't given an opportunity. We had no wide receivers last year, and he couldn't get on the field. What opportunity did he not get?
Which is the same stuff that people, and not you, Hendo, but people used to throw at me when I was saying that for Prochet.
I know.
So
I mean,
the same excuse should be thrown at Wallace. But let me go with our next caller real quick. Let's see. Did I hit unmute or no? There we go. Rave Kingdom, you got 5.
What's going on? Hold on. Wait a minute.
And remember, they can hear you. They can hear you.
Oh, yeah,
and they'll comment through me.
Most definitely. I'm just making sure this is not a dream. I'm actually talking to the round table. Let me had to pinch myself real quick. You know, listen, man, I appreciate you talking to y'all. This is unbelievable. I don't know if everybody remembers me. I don't know, because I've been in a lot of y'all channels. I'm glad to see y'all. Y'all be rocking.
Appreciate it.
You know, I'll be trying to do my best to, you know, show a little support, say hello. Here's the thing. We have a lot of Ravens players talking about we're here to prove something. People are saying, hey, Lamar Jackson, he has the offense. Let's see what he can do. We got J.K. Dobbins and Bateman and what's his name, Odell, all trying to get their next contracts and show that they can play for a whole season. And PQ as well, multiple guys trying to show, hey, we want a contract. Kevin Zeckler, right? A whole bunch of guys. With the stacked offense that we have, we took a couple hits on defense, but even with the stacked defense that we feel like we have as well still, with our team looking on paper the best it's ever looked, do we really ask ourselves, and I'm asking each individual person that's on the panel, because I'll just mute myself and I can hear y'all on the TV of each answer. I would like to know from deep down, do y'all really think this is the Ravens' year? And if so, what made you feel that way?
Let you guys go first.
I'll go first. I think I think they have probably one of the most complete rosters in the NFL. When you look at offense and defensive side of the ball, obviously there are questions, but you look at any roster, there's going to be questions even on the Super Bowl champs. I mean, there's questions all over the place. No roster's perfect, but I think when you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, you're always going to be in contention to win a Super Bowl. Now that he has hopefully the offense in place to take him to the next level or to unlock the potential that we know he has, I think, and then also with the added weapons that they have, and hopefully these guys can stay healthy. We're talking about J.K., we're talking about Bateman, we're talking about OBJ. Hopefully those guys can stay healthy. So now you have a healthy offense and an offensive mind in Todd Monken who can give Lamar the tools to do what we know he can do. We've seen him do it. It's been in little spurts, but in Greg Roman's offense. Now this is an offense that is going to cater to him and what he wants to do, which is what he said multiple times. He wants to throw the ball. That's what he did at Louisville. Obviously, he ran, yeah, of course, when things broke down. But he was not a one read and run quarterback. That's not what Lamar was doing at Louisville. So now you have a hopefully a offensive coordinator that can marry Lamar's skills and what Lamar wants to do and put that onto the field. So I think it's a good mix right now. And when you look across the NFL, I just think they have one of the most talented rosters in the league right now.
Yeah, for me, for the first time in a long time, this is the first time that I honestly and truly believe that the Ravens can win the Super Bowl. In the past, have I hoped? I've hoped, but there is hope and belief mixed in with that hope. I just think it's because they finally decided, I guess, to take a look inward and say, you know what, we need to change. Something needs to be different because the way that we're doing this is not working. And I just think for me, it's all dependent upon Todd Monken and not him as a coach, him as in the organization, letting that man be who he is. Because Harbaugh, he keeps hinting at it that we still the Raven way. It's still the Raven way. We still gonna do it our way. And that kind of gives me pause a little bit to make me think that they're gonna still try to stick to some of those same philosophies that didn't win for us. And even Lamar came out and said, look, we ain't running our way to a championship. But I just think with these changes and them actually finally believing, I think they finally believe in Lamar Jackson because they actually went out and got him weapons. They're giving him a passing concept and scheme that's actually going to benefit him. So I think for that reason alone, we can contend. Now, if we go out and get some pass rush, it might be over. That might make it a lot easier. But I have hope and belief.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot what the fellas are saying. I will say this, Rave Kingdom. One bit of pause that kind of worries me a little bit is always the injury thing, right? Um, are we strong enough if we take a bad injury, right, and somebody's gone for an extended time at one of those key positions, mainly running back, wide receiver now, like, are we set enough there, where we won't miss it as much as we have in the past? Those type of injuries in the past have basically derailed us, right? So I do think we're in better position than we have been, in years past. But they can shut me all the way up by getting D Hop, and I won't have any complaints, right? They can shut me all the way up. But
Facts.
I do think, as the fella said, this is one of the best roster. This is definitely the best roster that we've seen Lamar under, right? Um, well, since Lamar has been here, that 2019 team was fun to watch, but that wide receiver group was still, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think so. I think the pieces are there, right? I do think that Monken is enough of a personality where he's not going to let Harv step in, but so much, right? So that's a good thing. But we just got to see how this thing plays out and how this offense fits Lamar, how how shiny this Ferrari going to be going down the field, man. If with this new offense, with the offenses of past, the Ferrari got banged up a little bit. He had to take a couple hits to get down the field. Hopefully, it's just smooth sailing down the field with this offense, and we'll see how it goes. But I do think that they will be a contender this year. Of all things, injuries and all things playing on outside, because it takes a little bit of that, for any team, right? Those championship teams, it takes a bit of luck on the injury side, so we can get that luck. And D Hop, we right there.
Yeah, no, I agree with all y'all, man. Like I think signing Lamar Jackson changes everything for me, because again, when you invest in your quarterback, it shifts your whole philosophy, especially for this team, because this team was always defense first. And I mean, it showed this offseason. You look at what we did last offseason compared to this offseason, they were intentional in not getting Lamar any help, right? This offseason, when it looked like that he was leaving and he was asking for a trade, their whole mindset shifted even before he got the bag. Now that he has the money, you have to invest in him. There's no more, oh, we can get it done this way. It has to work. So your whole mindset is changing, and we're seeing that play out right now with the signing, with who we're drafting. Tom Lunkin coming out saying, yeah, Lamar's going to have more control of the offense. It has to work. And when you put your faith in the best player on the team, one of the best players in the league, it's going to work. So, yeah, I feel really good about our chances winning the Super Bowl this year. I feel very confident. And, like I said, there's high expectations. Like it can't be like 2019 where we start out really hot and then we fizzle out in the first round. I think that will get Harbaugh fired.
Right. So I look at it like this: when it's 32 teams. You cut that in half, you're looking at 16, and you cut that in half, you're looking at 8. So if you're in the top 8 at your positions, you should have a decent chance of being one of the best teams in the league. And so, are we in top 8 in the quarterback position?
Yes.
We probably top 2.
Right.
And may not be 2. Put our running backs together. We're top 8 in running backs. Yes, if you put the whole room together.
Yeah, I think so.
We top 8 running backs. Yeah, we top 8. Might be 7 or 8 or 6, but we top 8 in though.
And the group, we're not talking about like the best, right? We're talking about like the group. Yeah,
whole group.
I agree.
Wide receivers. We top 8 wide receivers when you put the whole group together.
Right now, probably yeah.
We
still got to. We got to see, right?
We don't know. We don't know yet. All right, we don't know yet. We don't know what Odell's going to bring.
On paper.
Okay, on paper.
I'm on paper. Tight ends, top 8.
Yeah,
definitely. O-line, well,
we have to look at that.
According to PFF, we not top 8. If you watched the show last week, according to PFF, we not top 8. We top 8 in O-line.
Well, Morgan Moses is.
Right. And then you
Hall of Famer.
You flip over the defense. At linebackers, we top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Outside linebackers, we don't know. Interior, we don't know. We could be, but the numbers say we are. The numbers say we are because we was a top 3 defense.
Yeah, secondary definitely.
Secondary definitely. So we should be contenders. Should be. It puts us in the top 8, which makes us at least in the final 4 on both sides. Mm-hmm. So I think we, got what it takes, but we got the most in the intangible with Lamar. We got the biggest intangible next to Pat Mahomes. So I think that the base of the team, on top of what Lamar can get you in and out of, and nobody else can get you in and out of more stuff other than Pat Mahomes. So I think that gives you an opportunity to be a Super Bowl contender every year, because he can get you. You can call bad plays and he can turn them into touchdowns. And the only other person that can do that in the NFL right now is Pat Mahomes, and that can get you. That can win you games. That can get you out of bad situations. That can get you you can call a crappy first down play. It can get you in 2nd and 1. He can do so much stuff.
Yeah.
You can call a deep shot because it's 2nd and 1 because you think you got him. It could be a bad play and he can turn it into a touchdown by running it, and you can be called a post curl. He does so much stuff, and then now you're giving him the opportunity to change stuff from the line of scrimmage because you may call something because you analytics say that on 2nd and 1 they blitz, so you may call a screen. You come up there and they drop 4. And he sees that, he changes to an inside zone because they got an odd front, and now you're in a good play. Whereas when Greg Roman let you out because you ain't getting out, you ain't breaking the huddle at 6 seconds, you got to call a play that's run, and it's a bad play. Yep. So I think sky's the limit for what we're going to do offensively, and we're looking at 2019 is going to be an afterthought, numbers-wise, what Lamar going to be able to do this year.
I agree, Coach.
Yeah, and I don't. There's no question that there isn't a quarterback who's done more with less than Lamar. Like there's no question. When you look at the landscape of his peers and the weapons and the coaching that his peers have at the same position, he's done way more with a lot less than they have.
Exactly. So, guys, those were our 4 calls. We had an extra guy that called in, but he hung up while King Ray was talking. So we made it through. We ain't had no. So
that was a lot. That was a lot of love, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, yes, thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah,
that was hold on. Let me take this off for somebody try to get in now. That we through. And let me change my screen for somebody try to get in now that we through. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. Hey, so Mike, where people can find you?
Look, man, you can find me on Twitter at OTR_Mike, Instagram at OTR Mike _, and then on TikTok, I'm one of them too, right? But you can find me. I am the host of Open Mic with yours truly, man. That is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, where it is. Man, look, I do a different side of this, man. I even if I do sports over there, man, I spin it from a different perspective. But my job is to get a different side of everybody on this screen and other people, right? Right now, I got an episode that dropped today. Actually, I did it live last night. It's an interesting topic, right? We all fathers up here, so I talked about the play date, right? Nowadays, play dates is an important thing for these kids, right? So the question is, are dads able to plan play dates with the other child's mom? Is that okay? Is that weird? Or should it go through the wife or the significant other, right? So if you want to hear my opinion on that, man, go over there and subscribe. A lot of you are already subscribed, and I appreciate you already. Those of you who aren't, go ahead, man. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you in advance. I am also 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast with my brother over there, Jose, and then B, who's in the chat somewhere. Get better, well soon. B,
what up, B?
As I like to say, man, it's just the best boxing podcast in the game. My brothers held it down this weekend with the Josh Taylor and Teofimo fight. And man, it's a lot of good fights coming up this summer, so you will see a lot of us. If you have not subscribed already over there, go ahead and do that, right? If you're just a casual fan and you're getting to know the game of boxing, the sport of boxing, we help you with that. We got a lot of content over there that explains to you why there's so many damn belts, who are the new up-and-coming prospects that we like, and our top 25 boxers of all time. So go over there and subscribe to that as well. Appreciate you guys.
Jose?
Yeah. I am one half of Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live stream every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT show. Man, look, we talk a lot. We talk a lot of sports on the regular show, and we talk more sports and other interesting stuff on the Overtime Show. Last week we had Coach on. That was a lot of fun. We found out that American athletes are the poorest athletes in the world, apparently. you got Lionel Messi turning down $1.6 billion for 3 years, Chris. For 3 years, for a much bigger deal that you can't even quantify in numbers. They didn't put a number on it because it's going to be that long money. Okay.
Dang.
Yeah. So I mean, look, check it out, man. We have a lot of fun over there, and you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show. Yeah, Mike, you already said the Ring King stuff. I can't beat that. Okay.
You can catch me on the Deep Cover Pod towards the end of the summer. Then you could also catch my man Kerry Stevenson 1313 on Twitter. He's putting out some draft stuff as far as dynasty rankings and things like that. So you could catch that on the Deep Cover channel, the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You catch me at Chris Just Joking on Twitter.
Endonomics.
Yes, sir. You can catch me on the Rogue Pod, where we are on the road to 2,000 subs. Let's go. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok under the same name. I do live streams Sunday evenings 8 p.m., Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. I also do Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway, talking all things hip-hop, especially old school hip-hop, on Fridays at 6 p.m. And on Saturday evenings, I do Hanging with Hendo for Patreons only. I think that's it.
You sure?
I don't know. And whoever else requests me, I'm there.
Gotcha. You can find me TikTok and Instagram at Sip the Tally Films. You can find me on more Sip the Tally. Because what's better than Sip the Tally Films, Jose?
More Sip the Tally.
More Sip the Tally. And over there we are for
the streets, baby.
31 other NFL teams. That's what I cover on more Sip the Tally Films. If you want to support the channel and get one of those, hold it back up, Mikey. One of those, you go to patreon.com/Sip the Tally, become a Gunslinger Patreon. And you'll have one of those shortly thereafter joining. And you can join the fantasy football where you have a chance to win one of my Cuban-like links. I have a chance to win one of the Cuban-like links. And also, if you want to join any one of our other Patreons, you can have a chance to win that ring like Hendo's wearing. Because he gets gifts for himself when he wins his own.
Is this a gift for myself? Is that a gift for myself? Does that say me?
Broadcast?
Does that say me?
In broadcast.
I can't help it. I'm a winner. I can't help it.
We got.
I'm not the mommy. I'm not the mommy.
Rampant.
I'm not the mommy.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing, man. My mind has been blown tonight by P. Brown III. I've been calling him P. Brownie for years. I'm sorry, P. Brown III. We will get it right for the next.
And again, Jose, there was nothing like he didn't tell me like that was his name. I just happened to just read it different
and look at it
just looked at it. I'm like, hold on, that is not P. Brownie. That's P. Brown. And it just dawned on me, but. Hey, we live and we learn.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys Wednesday, because we don't know what's going on with the Tuesday night show.
Yeah, correct.
All right, so we'll see you guys Wednesday on our lunch break hot take, and appreciate you guys. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. And don't forget, get your tickets. August 4th is fast approaching. Fastly approaching. Peace, y'all.
Peace.